Curraha to look at the first score of the banner. I mean the first score. It's on your message there. Well, if I don't get the first couple of scores in the second half, leave Curraha on, maybe Sean Keogh on it, I don't know, Sean Keogh maybe, or even Gavin, I don't know what they're going to do, but there has to be changes in the first 5 minutes because these boys get the first score, first score, that's it, it's over.
Let's go, Shorty. Move it. Move it, Sean Keogh and Andy Manson.
And he's sometime on the left. For Curraha, I would imagine. I would. That's it. Are you threatening it?
Yeah, no, it is a small bit, yes. It's not easy to flow, but it's kind of going down into that goal. It's easier to deliver a ball in there. Say Curraha with the win this half.
Yeah, they played it from over that wing across to here and it worked. They got a nice point out. He was right, and they missed a few chances as well. It will be a good game.
They will, they won't fucking fight, or they won't throw any.
No, they're two good teams now.
Testing. So, welcome back here to Kilmallock for the second half of this All-Ireland Junior semi-final between Curraha and Templenoe. Templenoe went in at half-time, 1-4 to 3 points up, and realistically Curraha need to get the first couple of scores on the board here as Eamon O'Grady gets ready to take get the second half underway. Neil Shortall and David Toner in the middle for Curraha, and Sean Sheehan and Adrian Spillane, son of Tom's, in the middle for Templenoe. No changes to the Curraha team for the second half, but it's very likely that we'll see either Kieran O'Hanlon or Sean Keogh make an appearance, even Gavin Coyle, the captain, as Eamon O'Grady gets the ball or the game underway. But it's going to break down here to Sean Sheehan straight away. It's Templenoe trying to get the first attack going, and Gavin Crowley has possession. And then towards Killian Spillane. Ball broke down there, but it's Brian Joyce who comes away with it. Joyce over to David Toner, has possession now. Toner done very well to get away from Danny Cullihan. Now it's up towards danger man James McAdee. McAdee needs to have a big second half. He had a very good first half, and now it's going to be Evan McGovern who has possession. McGovern still has possession. David Toner has made a lot of possession, or a lot of ground to get a free kick there for Curraha. And for Curraha, hopefully Conor Moriarty can put this over the bar. First free of the second half. Conor Moriarty takes a shot with the left foot. It's gone over the bar. First minute for Curraha. They're on the scoreboard. That's what they wanted. So Conor Moriarty is on the scoreboard again as Templenoe goalkeeper Anthony Sheehan gets ready to take a kick out. Again, we want to say hello to Bartle Birmingham back in Curraha. Aoife Shortall, Cormac Farrell and the boys down in Gormley's and Garriston as the high ball comes here around to middle towards Brian Joyce. Joyce got his hand to it. It was broke down here towards our danger man Teddy Doyle. Teddy Doyle, who had a great first half for Templenoe, down to the left wing to Killian Spillane. Spillane trying to get away from the attentions of Niall Murphy. He has the pace for Murphy. Murphy still trying to get possession. Spillane still has it. Goes back out towards Teddy Doyle again. Doyle has covered a serious amount of ground today for Templenoe. Sean O'Hanlon gets his foot in there, but it's broken down here then to Danny Cullihan. Cullihan trying to get away from Danny Battersby, in then to the midfielder Adrian Spillane. The ball breaks out here. It's a loose ball here. David Toner's going to try and get it. It's him and Sean Sheehan. As the ball comes to the line, and the referee or the linesman said it's a line ball to Templenoe, and it's going to be Sean Sheehan to take the ball. Quick ball down here to Danny Callahan. Danny, or rather it's Kieran O'Neill actually, in towards Brian Crowley, the man who scored the penalty in the first half. The big ball in towards Cian Hallisey. Hallisey still has a hand pass in towards Angel Spillane. Spillane trying to get away from Seamus Hogan. The ball goes across the goals and a let off for Curraha. As the ball still hasn't gone out, has it? It's gone for a line ball actually. It looked as if it went out wide, but it didn't. A quick ball from Niall Murphy into Phelim Dowling. Dowling covered a lot of ground in the first half. The Curraha trying to get the ball away there. They're going through hands there, but they've given away possession again. Niall Murphy this time gave away possession and subsequently gave away a free as well, as Killian Spillane is going to take this free to increase their advantage. 2.5 minutes or so on the clock. As Killian Spillane, son of Tom, takes a shot with his right foot. It's dropped short, but the hand pass in down. Liam Hogan done very well. The flick in there by Brian Crowley, but it was Liam Hogan who got possession. Now it's Sean O'Hanlon trying to go up the left wing. The jersey was being pulled by Teddy Doyle, but the referee says play on. Up towards the right wing again, and Brian Joyce looks as if he's struggling for pace to match Adrian Spillane, and the Templenoe player was taken to the ground, but the referee says no. He says that the man wasn't foul. Now it's in then to Danny Battersby, a quick free to Danny. Danny trying to get away from Teddy or from Killian Spillane. A high ball in from Danny Battersby. This is going to be a dangerous ball in towards Neil Shortall. Neil Shortall gets a hand to it, but it's broken down here, and it's going to be Tyg Morley, the captain, to come away with it. Curraha probably going to try this tactic of a high ball into the full forward line. They need to do something because they're not getting the scores just yet, as David Toner gives a hard shoulder to Gavin Crowley. The referee said that Toner had fouled him. It looks as if Crowley had overcarried the ball, but the referee said no, as Curraha get ready to bring in their first substitution. Is going to be Sean Keogh to come into the fray, and the man who's going to be taken off is Danny Battersby. Danny, who done very well in the first half, but the management want fresh legs in, and Danny comes off as Sean Keogh, another one of Curraha's youngsters, is into the fray. Ball in here and then towards Sean Sheehan. Sheehan getting away from Brian Murphy. Still Sheehan has the ball, heading towards Sean Keogh. Now it's going to be Killian Spillane. Spillane out towards Teddy Doyle. Teddy Doyle played a long ball in towards Stephen O'Sullivan, breaking down there by Seamus Hogan, and Seamus done very well, but it's still Templenoe in possession with Brian Crowley. Crowley is taken to the ground by Phelim Dowling, and it's going to be another free in to Templenoe, and Curraha's discipline needs to relax because they've given away 2 needless frees. They were lucky to get away with Templenoe not scoring the first one, but Teddy Doyle is going to take this. So it's going to be Teddy Doyle to take this free for Templenoe. 5.5 minutes on the clock. He goes quick in towards Pat Clifford, back towards Teddy Doyle. Doyle trying to burst through the defence. Templenoe still have possession. It breaks out loose ball here towards Seamus Hogan. Hogan gives a kick pass up here towards Evan McGovern. McGovern has Phelim Dowling in assistance if he needs him. It's Phelim Dowling with the ball now. Tries to go back inside towards Evan McGovern. Ball up towards the left wing. A bad ball by Evan McGovern. Possession given away needlessly yet again. Kieran O'Neill is coming away with it. Now it's John Spillane. Spillane was long, great ball by Spillane down towards Brian Crowley, who's been unmarked. No one near Crowley, as Seamus Hogan's going to try and dispossess him, but it's still Crowley with. He's dragged to the ground by Sean O'Hanlon. The referee said no to play on, and Curraha got away with that. They were very lucky to get away with that, as Phelan Downey comes away with it. Now it's Brian Murphy back in towards Simon McDermott, and Curraha need to get another score on the board if they're going to win this game, as Templenoe tried their best to curtail them, but it's going to be a free. It's going to be a free to Curraha. It's going to be taken by Brian Murphy. Brian Murphy goes long towards the wing towards Evan McGovern, but it's going to be Kieran O'Neill for Templenoe who comes away with it. The Templenoe, they look as if they've players over every time they come out with the ball, as John Spillane has possession now for Templenoe. Has a look up, gives it to Adrian Spillane, son of Tom's, out to the right wing hind to his midfield partner Sean Sheehan. Sean Sheehan still has possession. Goes a long ball in again to the full forward line, but as Phelan Dowling gets a fist to it, drops down towards Sean O'Hanlon. Phelan Dowling still has the ball. The referee said he's been fouled, and Sean O'Hanlon went to take a quick free, but the referee says bring it back, as Curraha get ready to bring in another danger man. Kieran O'Hanlon is coming into the fray for Curraha, and it looks as if Brian Joyce is going to take off, but there's a bit of confusion there, but the play goes on, and Teddy Doyle comes away with possession. Long ball in towards Keane Callasy. Keane Callasy has possession. Liam Hogan comes out. The ball in towards the full forward line. Stephen O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan still has possession. He fisted over the bar. He could have went for the goal, but he took the option of fisting over the bar. Curraha, it was a let off because he could have gone for the goal. Curraha defence done very well. They've put it over the bar, and after 8.5 minutes, Templenoe back in a 4-point lead. 1-6 to Templenoe, 4 points to Curraha. As Liam Hogan gets long out here to the right wing towards Sean Keogh, but Templenoe come away with it again with Gavin Crowley. Crowley still has possession, trying to get away from the attention of Brian Murphy, and the referee says that both Niall Murphy and Brian Murphy had fouled him, and it's going to be another free in. Another free into Templenoe. Just a reminder that Kieran O'Hanlon is in for Curraha. He replaced Brian Joyce. He's gone into the half forward line, and Neil Shortall has come out to midfield. So this is going to be a free in, and it looks as if Niall Murphy has got a yellow card for Curraha, as Keane Hallisey gets ready to take this free. Hallisey going to take this with the left foot. This to increase Templenoe's advantage to 5 points. Hallisey takes a shot. It's gone to the right. It was hit off the post and come back out. And it's going to break out here to Curraha substitute Sean Keogh. Keogh, of course, who replaced Danny Battersby, down here towards Simon McDermott. Now it's Seamus Hogan. Curraha need to get it out there, and they're struggling to get it out there at the moment. It goes back in towards the centre to Sean Keogh. Keogh sees Sean O'Hanlon free. He's trying to get away from the attentions of Teddy Doyle. He's done very well there, Sean O'Hanlon. Hand passes up towards Evan McGovern. Curraha need to get a score out of this if they're going to win this game. Back in towards Kieran O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon is a brilliant footballer, a man who loves scoring goals. He's lost possession this time down, and it's broken out towards Pat Clifford for Templenoe. Out towards Kieran O'Neill, and it has to be said Templenoe did very well to get the possession, as their danger man Sean Sheehan goes in towards Adrian Spillane. Spillane hand passes back then towards his brother John. Out here to the right wing, it's going to be Gavin Crowley. He's done well there to keep possession. Hand pass in then towards Pat Clifford. Pat Clifford still has possession. In then towards Teddy Doyle, their danger man. But James McEnany done very well to get the ball back there for Curraha. Now it's Evan McGovern that has it. McEnany really needs to show in this second half if Curraha are going to win this game, as Evan McGovern still has possession. They have a man free across the far side of the pitch, and Sean O'Hanlon, but it's Sean Keogh who has the shot. Takes a long ball in towards Neil Shortall, but it's broken down there by Adrian Spillane. The referee said that Neil Shortall was fouling Spillane. It's going to be a free out to Templenoe. As up towards Tyke Morley. Now it's out to the left wing towards John Spillane. Spillane has a look up, goes along down towards the wing towards Brian Crowley, who again has been unmarked. Crowley goes in towards the centre to their number 11 was 13 now. Killian Spillane has possession. Spillane takes a shot with the right foot. It looks good, but it's not. It's after dropping short out towards John Spillane. Spillane steadies himself, goes back out towards Brian Crowley. Crowley still has possession, takes a shot with the right foot. It looks as if it was wrong foot, but it's gone over the bar. A very good score there by Brian Crowley. And Curraha take a quick kick out here towards towards Evan McGovern. McGovern then towards David Toner. Toner fighting as hard as he can. This Curraha team are not going to go down without a fight, that's for sure, as they try to gain possession again. David Toner still has possession. He looks as if he was being fouled. The referee says yes, as it's going to be a free in. And Curraha need to just relax, because they could easily give away the free kick to a hot ball, and it's going to be, it is in fact going to be a hot ball. The indiscipline has cost them again, and it's going to be the Templenoe number 9. That's Adrian Spillane comes away with it. Then it's down towards Brian Crowley. Back in then to another danger man here, Killian Spillane. Spillane goes back then towards Stephen O'Sullivan, the All-Ireland minor medalist. Back out then to Killian Spillane again. Goes over to the left wing, and it's going to be Brian Crowley who's going to get possession. Has oceans of possession today. Brian Crowley done very well today. Goes back out then towards North Summit, and that's Gavin Crowley, his brother. Hand pass it in then towards Sean Sheehan. Sean Sheehan still has possession. Solza has a look up. It's time to go back then to his midfield partner, Adrian Spillane. Again, Sean Sheehan pulling all the strings there around the middle of the park today, as he falls into a tackle, a challenge rather, and the ball breaks out here then towards their number 4, and that's Mike Hallisey. Hallisey still has possession. Takes a long ball in, a danger ball in towards the full forward line. It's broken down here, and the referee said play on. It looks as if Cian Hallisey was fouled, but the referee's no, play on, and it's broken out here towards. He's actually brought the play back, because Liam Hogan looks as if he's after taking a bad knock. It was an accident down there with Cian Hallisey and Liam Hogan, as Andrew Battersby is coming into the fray, and he's going to be replacing Conor Moriarty, the man who scored 2 points today. But Andrew Battersby is in now, a very pacey footballer. Andrew Battersby well able to get a score, as the clock shows 14 minutes gone. The scoreboard reads Templenoe 1-7 and Curraha 4 points, 6-point gap. So Curraha need to start getting scores on the board, and very rapidly too, as Sean O'Hanrahan gets ready now to take a free kick over on the right hand side of the pitch. He really needs to pick out a man. Giving away possession now is just, would be a bad idea for Curraha as they go down the right wing, and that's exactly what they're after doing. They give away possession again, and it's Teddy Doyle, the man who pulled all the strings out there. A long ball in towards Cian Hallisey, but it's broken down there by Simon McDermott. McDermott done very well there. In then towards Neil Shortall. Now it's going through the hands with their substitute, Andrew Battersby. Andrew Battersby looks as if he took a hard hit from Stephen Shire, but the referee's to play on. Now it's David Toner who has possession. Toner trying to get away from the attention of John Spillane. He was being pulled, and Toner gets his free kick. He should just put the ball down and walk away, because the referee will throw the ball up if there's any indiscipline by Curraha. But it's going to be John Spillane who's going to go into the book for Templenoe. He's going to get a yellow card, and the Curraha players just need to walk away, take this free kick, hopefully pull it over the bar and reduce the advantage, reduce Templenoe's advantage, as Templenoe make a substitution, and John Holland is in for Templenoe, and Holland is going to replace this free with his right foot. This really needs to go over the bar, and it's a lovely score from James McAdee. Brilliant score from McAdee over the bar. With 15.5 minutes gone on the scoreboard, as Curraha bring in veteran Ian McManus, the substitution that came off for Templenoe was Danny Callahan. And Curraha tried to make a substitution, but he has to wait. We have to wait for the ball to go dead as the high ball comes out here towards Andrew Battersby. He was being pulled down again by John Spillane. Battersby done very well. Curraha have another free. And they're trying to bring McManus on, and McManus is coming in. Very, very experienced player, Ian McManus. So he goes in around the middle. Surely he'll be grabbing the ball left, right and centre. He's going to replace Brian Murphy, who's had a brilliant game, Brian. He's put everything in. As you can see in his face there, he's left pitch, and it's going to be again James McEntee who's going to take this ball. It's likely that this could drop short, and the big man Ian McManus is going to be in around the square. So McEntee takes the shot with the right foot. Well, it looks it's gone to the left and wide, and it is gone wide. It had the distance all right, but it just didn't have. He just didn't have the accuracy. As the Templenoe goalkeeper Anthony Sheen gets ready to take a kick out with 17.5 minutes or so gone in the second half, as Templenoe lead 1-7 to 5 points. There's 5 points in it. Let's hope for Curraha's sake that Ian McManus and Kieran O'Hanlon, along with Andrew Battersby, making an awful difference out there, because they need these boys in now as the ball goes out there towards Neil Shortall. Breaks down to John Spillane. Spillane, a very pacey Spillane, trying to get away from Sean Keogh. Hand passes up then, but Gavin McGovern was there to break it down for Curraha. Curraha need possession again. McGovern give it away needlessly. Curraha give it away serious amount of possession as John Holland, their substitute, has a chance of gaining possession, but Niall Murphy was in attention there, and the referee or the linesman said it's going to be a line ball into Templenoe. So Templenoe and Teddy Doyle go quick in towards Brian Crowley. Crowley takes a shot with his right foot, but it drops into the hands of goalkeeper Liam Hogan. Now it's out to Simon McDermott. Ian Mack out there helping out to the right wing here to Neil Shortall. Shortall still has possession, has a look up, goes back in towards our centre back Simon McDermott. Now it's Ian McManus again. McManus goes long up towards Sean O'Hanlon, but it's broken down there by Brian Crowley, and Crowley was being fouled, the referee said, by Sean O'Hanlon. I didn't look too much in it, but it's going to be free into Templenoe as the ball comes out here towards their substitute John Holland. Now it's Pat Clifford who has it. Clifford goes back to Holland. Holland in towards the centre to Killian Spillane. Now it's Gavin Crowley. Crowley goes long in towards the full forward line. Mark Jackson gets his hand to it, breaks it down towards Seamus Hogan. Curraha done well there to come away with that as it goes out to the right wing towards Sean Keogh. Sean Keogh, a very pacey young footballer, Sean Keogh. The veteran Ian McManus decided to go long towards Kieran O'Hanlon, but again Curraha give away possession, and as Kieran O'Neill comes away with it. O'Neill out here and then towards our captain Tyke Morley. Morley, who's had a steady game in there in the full back line, has Gavin Crowley now goes up towards Killian Spillane. Spillane, a name very famous down in Kerry, the son of Tom's. As the ball goes out in towards the full forward line, and Stephen Sheena has the ball, goes across to face the goals, takes a shot with the goal, and it bounces off Niall Murphy's backside. His arse got in the way. Niall Murphy's bum got in the way. He was there at the right time because the goal was clear. Templenoe have Curraha rather have got away with that. They're very lucky to get away with that. And it's broken out here towards Sean O'Hanlon, and then towards Phelim Dowling. Hopefully this will put a bit of bite into this Curraha team. They're not going to go down without a fight, and that's for sure. As it goes in then towards David Toner, 1-7 to 5 points to score. There's 5 points in it. Ian McManus has possession. McManus goes up towards Kieran O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon has possession. In then towards Neil Shortall. Shortall trying to make inroads. Takes a shot with his left foot, but it's after dropping into the goalkeeper's hands. That was a let-off for Templenoe, and I tell you, Curraha could have got a point on the score or the scoreboard, but it wasn't to be, as Templenoe come away with it, and it's going to be Gavin Crowley has possession. Up then towards Teddy Doyle. Doyle has had an awful lot of possession today. He's going to head towards McManus going to try and get a hand in, but still Teddy Doyle has it. He takes a shot with his right foot, and it's gone over the bar. Teddy Doyle, who was easily the man of the match today for Templenoe, and it's gone over the bar. 6 points in it. 22 minutes on the clock as Simon McDermott has possession. Again, the Templenoe players come away with it as Killian Spillane has possession now. Spillane has a look up, trying to get away from the attention of Niall Murphy. Still Spillane gives it in towards Cian Hallisey. Hallisey goes to the ground. The referee says play on. As James McEnany now comes away with Curraha. Curraha trying their best to get out of this defence. They need to get a score on the board if they're going to have any inroads. As McEnany goes to the ground, he takes a quick free out towards Evan McGovern. McGovern goes into the centre again towards Kieran O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon sees David Toner run through the middle. Toner going at pace at the Templenoe defence. Toner goes to the ground. The referee says no, play on. He says he wasn't being fouled as Templenoe come away with it in the shape of John Spillane. Spillane still gets away from Andrew Battersby. Spillane takes a hit from Neil Shortall. Now it's and the number 7 for Templenoe. We'll be very lucky if he doesn't get away with a red card. If he gets away with it, it's going to be Gavin Crowley. Long ball up then towards Brian Crowley. Crowley out to the right wing here. Still has possession. Trying to get away from Sean O'Hanlon. He goes to ground and the referee says that he fouled the ball. It's going to be a free out to Curraha. As the Templenoe man is down on the ground. It looks as if it's Killian Spillane on the ground, I think. As the Curraha, they have possession, but we're not sure if it's going to be a free in or a free out. So Templenoe make another substitution. Their number 20, John Rice, is in, and John Rice is going to replace Mike Hallisey. So Hallisey is off and John Rice is in for Templenoe. So the scoreboard reads Templenoe 1-8, Curraha 5 points. So it's six points in it, and as the referee has a word with Gavin Crowley, he'd be lucky if he gets away with a red card here, because he took Phelan Dowling out of it off the ball. It's likely to be a yellow, and it is a yellow, and that's very lucky man, it has to be said, Gavin Crowley. As manager John O'Brien is venting his anger at the third official down below us here, but it's going to be a free out to Curraha, and Sean O'Hanlon is going to be taking this free. He goes quick in towards the big man Ian McManus. McManus gives it back towards Sean O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon has to keep possession, goes to ground, is dragged down by Adrian Spillane, and Spillane will be lucky if he doesn't get a black card. And there's 24.5 minutes gone here in Kilmallock, and Adrian Spillane dragged Sean O'Hanlon to the ground. It'll be interesting to see, will he give him a yellow or a black. It should be a black, and it is a black, and he's gone to the line. So Templenoe need to bring a man in. Templenoe need to bring in a man, so it's going to be a free in to Curraha as Ian McManus goes long in towards Neil Shortall. Shortall needs to get possession, breaks down here towards their number 16 John Holland, and Templenoe have possession. They're going out with it with Kieran O'Neill out to the left wing, then over to their number 20, and that's John Rice. Then it's in towards Gavin Crowley, who's very lucky to be still on the pitch, it has to be said. He's trying to get away from the intentions of David Toner. Still Crowley goes long in towards the full forward line, in towards their Stephen O'Sullivan, their danger man. Sullivan still has possession, now then towards Brian Crowley. Back towards Stephen O'Sullivan, takes a shot with his left foot, but it's after dropping short in towards Liam Hogan's hands, and he's done very well. Liam gives it to his brother Seamus. Seamus hand pass it out here towards Evan McGovern. There's 25.5 minutes on the clock. Curraha need to get a score. They need a goal if they're going to win this game. They need a goal. They need a goal and a few points. So it's up towards Sean O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon in towards Andrew Battersby. But again, Kieran O'Neill is having a brilliant game in there in the full back line. Comes away with it. Gives it out then towards Tyke Morley, their captain. Morley, another man, has a great game for Templenoe. Trying to get away from Andrew Battersby. He goes to ground. The referee says play on. Now it's their number 5, Pat Clifford. The referee said he was being pulled back by David Toner as Templenoe bring in Pat Spillane is in on the pitch. Of course, son of the great Pat Spillane himself. He's in on, and he's in for, we don't know who he's coming off actually, but young Pat Spillane is into the fray for Templenoe as Tyg Morley gets attention for an injury he received. So a quick ball now for number 11, Cian Madison. It's Kieran O'Neill, Pat Clifford rather, down the right wing, out towards Teddy Doyle. Doyle, great ball in again towards Pat Clifford. Pat Clifford still has possession. He's going to take a shot. He's going to take a shot with his right foot. He takes a shot. Is it curling in? It's curling in. No, it's not. It's gone to the right and wide. It looked as if it was gone over the bar, but it's not. The umpire said no. And a quick ball out here for Curraha, and Niall Murphy has it. Now it's Simon McDermott. McDermott up towards Phelan Dowling. Dowling has it. Back in towards Sean O'Hanlon. Now it's James McEnany. McEnany needs to burst through this defence now. McEnany still has possession. Neil Shortall's out to his left if he needs him. He still has possession, McEnany. He's bolted to the ground by Pat Clifford. He was dragged to the ground, and it looks as if Pat Clifford could get a black card as well. He'd be very lucky if he gets away with this. Consistent fouling from Pat Clifford, but surely he has to get a black because McEntee was going through the centre, and there is Pat Clifford's gone to the line as well. So Templenoe need to bring another man in as Gavin Coyle is coming in for Sean O'Hanrahan. Gavin Coyle, of course, the club captain. So McEntee takes the long ball in towards the foot forward line, but it's gone to the right and wide. It was unusual that he didn't go for a point, but he was looking in to try and get a goal, but it went to the right and wide. And there's 28.5 minutes on the clock, so Curraha, it looks as if their journey could be coming to an end this season, because Templenoe are winning by 6 points with 2.5 minutes to go. February the 6th they'll be playing in Croke Park. It looks as if Curraha can't pull off a miracle, they won't give up, and that's for sure. As we said, Gavin Coyle is in for the last 2 minutes. He replaced Sean O'Hanlon. The ball comes out here towards Neil Shortall. It breaks down then to the Templenoe number 17, and that's Sean Cremin. Cremin goes to ground. The referee said that David Toner was fouling him, and it's going to be a free out, and Toner looks as if he's going to go into the book. Referee Eamon O'Grady is putting David Toner into the book, and it's going to be a yellow card for Toner and a free out for Templenoe, and it's going to be Tyg Morley who is going to take this. Morley decides to go back towards Kieran O'Neill, who's had a great game. Kieran O'Neill trying to keep possession. He goes out here towards John Spillane, another man who's played very well today for Templenoe. Down here towards the great Pat Spillane's son, Pat Spillane himself. In towards the corner, and it's going to be their number 10, Brian Crowley. Crowley getting away from the attentions of Evan McGovern, or rather Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson done very well there. The ball went to the right and wide, and it's going to be another free, or another kick out for, and 2 minutes on the clock, and 2 minutes extra time as well, so it's 29 minutes gone on the clock. The ball breaks down here towards John Spillane. Hand passes out towards Pat Spillane, still has possession, trying to get away from the attentions of Simon McDermott. Comes back in towards John Spillane. Now it's out towards Teddy Doyle. And Templenoe keeping possession. They need to keep possession if they're going to win this game. Breaks out towards Shane Crimmon. Crimmon across here towards their Cian Hallisey. Hallisey got the first score of the game for Templenoe today. They still have possession. They're going to hold possession for as long as they can, and Curraha just need to get possession if they're going to win this. It's going to take a miracle at this stage, but it's going to be Pat Spillane who takes a shot with the right foot. It looks good. It's not. It's gone into the hands of Liam Hogan. Liam Hogan was fouled there. It's going to be a free out to Curraha. This is it. Curraha need to get goals on the board, or else they're out of the All-Ireland as they come forward in the shape of David Toner. But a brilliant interception by Gavin Crowley there. Crowley done very well. As the referee says play on, gives them the advantage. Crowley still has possession, goes back down towards Cian Hallisey. Hallisey out to the far side to Sean Sheehan, who's had a quiet second half. Back in towards the substitution, Pat Spillane. Spillane trying to get away from the attentions of Niall Murphy, and that's a great score by Pat Spillane, the substitute, and that looks as if it sealed it for Templenoe. It looks as if the Curraha bandwagon has come to an end, but what a year it has been for them. They're 7 points down. There's 31 minutes on the clock. There's a minute and a half ready left as Templenoe are going to make another substitution. They have an injury down there in the centre of the field. They'll be slowing this down as much as they can because they're winning 1-9 to 5 points. 7 point advantage for Templenoe as the referee says he's waiting to see can this man be brought off, but it's going to be a kick out to Curraha. Pat Spillane, the man that got the last score for Templenoe.
John Rice came on for 4, Pat Spillane came on for 5.
Waiting to see.
For 9.
From Simon McDermott in towards Phelan Dowling. Dowling trying his best to get the ball up towards the full forward line. It's blocked down by Cian Hallisey. Simon McDermott still has it. The referee says he was being fouled. The ball out then towards Mark Jackson. Jackson was being pulled and dragged, but the referee was going to play advantage, but he brought the ball back. And it's going to be a free into Curraha. 2 goals would be sweet now, but it's not looking likely as Ian McManus decides to go long, but it's going to be broken down here by Stephen O'Sullivan, who's dropped back their corner forward. A long ball out here towards the right wing towards Killian Spillane, but it's Niall Murphy who comes away with possession. Murphy has had a brilliant game today. Hard as nails, Murphy going through the middle, gives it to Kieran O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon still has possession, trying to get away from Cian Hallisey. The referee said he's been fouled. As the referee has a word with Captain Gavin Coyle. It looks as if Gavin Coyle is going to go into the book as well for something. And Gavin Coyle is after getting a black card for something that we didn't see there. So Gavin Coyle is off the Curraha team. They're going to have to make a change as Evan McGovern now. Ball goes through his hands out towards Pat Spillane. Now it's Cian Hallisey who has the possession, and that's it. The referee has blown the full-time whistle. Curraha's year has come to an end, and what a year it has been, it has to be said. They've won everything put in front of them. They've just been bet by a better team on the day. They give it all, but it just wasn't to be. And from Kilmallock here, on a scoreline of Kilmallock 1-9, Curraha 5 points. It's all over for Curraha, but they can hold their heads up because they've had a fantastic year. From all of us here in Kilmallock, it's gone from Curraha's grasp, and it's going to be Templenoe in the All-Ireland final in February the 6th. They're going to play, it looks as if it's going to be the Mayo champions, but it's all over for Curraha. They can hold their heads up because they've done the club and the county very proud. But from all of us here in Kilmallock, that's where it ends.
They were stronger lads, weren't they?
Almost.
They were.
Good team.
Yeah, they're an intermediate team really.
Yeah.
And all the team.
Yeah.
It's probably.
These are good. How was it? Right back there.
The lads played well. Not scoring from play in the second half, though. You know, they lacked it up front. The build up grand, but then when they got the final ball, it them. Yeah, take that out. Jason? Yeah, and this thing as well.
Yeah, that's nice.